everybody says I want to do real estate part-time. But real estate is never part-time. Because the minute you answer your phone on your full-time job, real estate became full-time. So you can't do it because real estate doesn't respect boundaries. So I said, I got to go. I got to go. So I wound up retiring June 16th, 2016, 3 o'clock. Sun was shining. I know the time, the day. Right.
Were you nervous though?
I was because all I had to fall back on, on the cop side, I wasn't making a whole lot. So all I had to fall back on was my retirement that I was going to be getting every month. So I was like, listen, and this is the formula that I had a quit party with one of my offices last week, 2 months ago. And I figured up what I make. I figured up how much money I was going to make for the rest of the year, subtract my bills, and realize I was only going to make $3,000 for the remainder of the year, and I was going to give them close to 900 hours. So if I can give myself 900 hours...
Hold on, what you mean you was going to make $3,000?
Okay, so...
You talking about from what you make, minus your bills...
Minus my bills, and how much time I had to work for the rest of the year. So if I'm working a 40-hour week, right? If I'm in June, I'm working a 40-hour week.
You was going to net profit $3,000?
Net profit $3,000 after my bills. So I'm giving you 900 hours for $3,000. That's stupid.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man said something. He was like, for people that are in that situation, they think they get paid. When they don't really get paid, their bills get paid.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But they don't get paid.
That's right. That's right.
That's deep.
So when I saw that, I was like, nah, I can give myself 450 hours and make 3 times the amount.
The facts. The facts. Did you have any entrepreneurial bone in your body like before that?
None. Always work for somebody else.
I like that story because there are some people that are listening or watching and they feel like you got to be born entrepreneur to go out and build some stuff.
Right.
Really, you just have to not want to be in your situation bad enough.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's lit. So your second year.
So my second year did great. In the state of South Carolina, I think with a lot of states, you have to do, what's lack of a better term, an apprentice. So you got to do 3 years under a broker in charge or under a brokerage before you can branch off and do your own.
Okay.
So my second year.
Who was you with?
A company called Graham Realty.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the mayor at the time. So I went to him because he was a plug. Right. Everybody knew him. They calling him.
You learned a lot, I suppose.
I did. So my second year, I did great. My third year, I started seeing what I was leaving on the table. And I was like, wait a minute. For what I'm leaving on the table, what I'm paying him, I could start my company and do better. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer for me. I only got my broker's license.
Did he feel the type of way when you left or no?
Nah, he was making plenty of bread.
Right. No. So the next, so 3 years in, you get your own brokerage. Right. So that's what, 2018? 2018. Who was the first person that you hired that trusted you with their career?
The first person that I hired that trusted me with a career was a student. So not only was I a real estate broker, I went and became a real estate instructor for the state because I knew the only way for me to know how to navigate real estate is to teach it and let the state curriculum show me how to do it.
Hold on. So you get your license, then you go to be a broker, and then you go to be an instructor.
Certified instructor to teach the state curriculum. So I taught my goal was to teach 350 students. I taught 500.
And it wasn't to get a job, it was just to learn more about real estate.
Absolutely, because I know they weren't going to give me the game.
That's smart. So were you still actively selling houses too? Or it seems like the reason I would want to get a brokerage, and I was talking to my friend Denise, my thing is I would want to be a broker so I don't have to sell houses. And that's what you would think from a brokerage.
Yeah, you would. But the way I see it is this, we had an issue in law enforcement and my police chief said, well, if you do it like this, you'll get this. And I had to tell him, you haven't put handcuffs on anybody since 83. They don't get out and say, sir, no more. Right? So it's different. So I can't tell my agents how to navigate or negotiate a deal if I've not sold a house in 15 years.
That's a fact.
So when they come to me, I'm either in the situation or I've been through it. So I'm more relatable as a broker.
Yeah, where we're at right now in terms of, do you do commercial or residential?
Both.
Both? Mm-hmm. So where are we at in the commercial landscape right now in this world that we're living in?
As far as?
Are the banks giving money?
Yeah, if you approved.
So I actually went to the bank the other day because I put in this super low offer.
Okay.
They wanted $800,000.
Right.
We put in $400,000.
Yeah.
I don't care. You're going to say yes or no. That's what I'm paying. It was like, nah, it's $750.
Right.
But before I went to the bank and I'm talking to the guy and he's like, yo, they not really doing a lot of lending right now.
You went to a big bank?
Chase.
Yeah. See, for one, you got to go to, I can't say you can't go to Chase, but it's just like you got to make relationships. Mm-hmm. That dude sitting behind the counter, he don't know you. So you got to go and make relationships with banks. Now, I ain't trying to get in your business, but do you have money in Chase?
Yeah.
All right. So then you got to start leveraging the fact that I got money in Chase.
You know what the crazy thing is? I wanted to be a, what's it called? Preferred client. Mm-hmm. But you have to have $150,000 in your personal account. Mm-hmm. And I don't.
Right. Yeah.
I don't pay myself a lot like that.
But see, they want that business to keep using your money. So if you threaten to take that kind of capital out, they don't want you to do that.
No, but I got it in business. It's just right. I don't have it in personal. He said to be a private client, you have to you have it in your personal.
Right. Because the business can fold tomorrow. Who's the liability going to fall? Who's the key man for the liability to fall back on?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So big banks, they are lending.
They are lending.
It's just, it has to be the right deal. What do you need for that?
Just depends on your scoring, your DTI, what that looks like, how much risk it is for you to get that kind of capital. Mm-hmm. Just depends on what your business is. They're going to want to know what you've been making, how well you've been doing, what's your projected sales or whatever you got going on. Yeah.
Okay. And on the personal side, mm-hmm. It's not commercial, it's called residential.
Right.
Same criteria?
Yeah, it's same criteria.
I thought they stopped lending, bro, based on like this whole pandemic. It's not stop lending, but like they tighten the reins a little bit.
Real estate is at an all-time high because the pandemic caused the government to lower the rates. Mm-hmm. So now you're bringing out more buyers. But we have a housing deficit because of the moratorium. So you can't evict people and you can't foreclose.
I saw that. What does moratorium mean?
So moratorium is just that. You freeze the ability to put people out or evict them. Now the issue is...
Did you know that, Joe? The moratorium means you freeze the ability... you freeze the ability to kick people out.
Right. So a third of the houses in South Carolina come from evictions and foreclosures. So for 18, 20 months, we've lost a third of our inventory. So now you got more buyers because rates are low, but you have less houses. So it's now supply and demand, which is why all the houses in the market is shooting up.
Dang, I don't know why I don't understand. You said a third of the houses, people got evicted.
Right. And foreclosures.
And foreclosures.
Those are resales. So, when a person loses their house, that's how we get them to flip them. So if you stop freezing houses, auctions do probably 70 houses a month. So you do 70 times 12, we lost those houses for a whole year. So we don't have no resales or no flips. So now you got a housing shortage. So the people that are winning are the builders. But they're jacking the price up and they can't get the houses out the ground quick enough.
Right. Even with the high cost of wood and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So then you had that issue because COVID shut down a lot of operations because one of the big lumber companies in South Carolina, if you had more than 10 people with COVID, you had to shut your lumber company down. So if you got 23 lumber yards and you shut 12 down, then how you going to make your money from that other 12 you're missing? You jack your lumber prices up.
Got you. Do you just sell the houses or do you like buy and hold for yourself as well?
We do all that. Buy and hold. Right now it's hard, but yeah.
Because the prices are crazy.
Absolutely.
But I guess you as a broker, you get weird stuff come across your desk where it's like before it hits the market, right?
All the time.
So why don't you invest in those?
Because you got everybody doing it now. I mean, if in the last 5 years, look at how big flipping has been. Everybody's flipping now. So you got more people saturating the market to do it. So it's just a saturated market.
So right now, it's a hard time to get in real estate. Would you agree?
It is if you're trying, unless you got loan money. But all the real investors, because the moratorium just lifted. So all the real investors have been sitting back waiting on the foreclosures to hit the market so they can buy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying a third of it was like just frozen in like, yo, you can't evict nobody. But now...
Right.
God, so you were doing the same. You were just sitting back like waiting. So you about to buy a half of South Carolina?
Absolutely. I can't wait for it to come out. And then you got investors. I got investors that, that buy $2-3 million a month before the pandemic.
Dang. So what does this do to the market? So does it, because we're going to have more inventory and but we won't have as many buyers, which means the housing costs come down?
Absolutely. Supply and demand is reversed then. So now that you have more houses, less buyers, then that's the issue. But you're not going to have less buyers because the mortgage rates are at an all-time low. So people that wasn't looking to buy are coming out because these are historic prices. I mean, I know some people that bought at 1.97s.
So this is like some 2008 stuff going on right now.
Well, not as far as us crashing, but how crazy it is with the real estate market. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people picked up in that era and like they well off because of that time frame.
Absolutely. And if you can go ahead and get your pre-approval now and wait till a house hit the market, that's it. That's the way to go.
How long can you hold a pre-approval for?
90 days. Some people can do 120. Just depends on who your lender is.
You got some little joints for me that you're not going to take for yourself?
Yeah, I got you. I can put you on. You want
really?
stuff in South Carolina?
Yeah.
I got you.
But I'm saying I don't want the stuff that you don't want. I want the stuff you want that you like.
Because I want to get in your pocket and your people. So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to put me on everybody else and I'm going to slide you some profit.
All right, you got a management company out there?
Yeah, property management. We do all that.
Oh, yeah. Joe, you got something on it? What's up? All right, bet. Let's do it. We out here for sure. All right, that's exciting too because I've been looking at the real estate, but it's been so crazy with like high prices. I really thought this lady, because it was commercial, she ain't doing nothing with the property. I just tried to like lowball her. They own it flat out. I'm like, I'll take this $400-something. I didn't even know where I was getting money from. I knew I was gonna, with that much equity, somebody's gonna give me a loan.
Yeah.
What's the best way to go about it? So are you saying go into a smaller bank?
You can go to a smaller bank, or you can do, like you just said with Joe, do crowdfunding.
Right.
Everybody put you in $100K if you're going to do that.
Joe, you need $100K, bro. You heard it. You heard the man.
Yeah.
So you say $100K.
Right. But you can do crowdfunding, or you can do hard money, or however y'all do it, or, and get it that way.
Got it. Is that how you plan on building your wealth?
Well,
in real estate?
Yeah, definitely. That's one way. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the tiers of wealth. Mm-hmm. Emergency fund, reserves, stocks and bonds, real estate, and precious metals.
You got all that? You got some precious metals?
Yeah, a few. Got a few jewels.
Jewels? Yeah. Okay, I see you shining.
All
right, so you said real estate, stocks.
So emergency fund, reserves, stock.
Whoa. Emergency fund and reserves, that's the cash that you have.
Right.
What was the third one?
Stocks, bonds.
What are bonds?
And then precious metals.
What are bonds?
I have no idea what the proper definition of bonds are, but yeah.
Do you have any bonds?
I don't have any bonds.
Okay, so you're just saying that's like the suite of things that make you wealthy. Your thing is like real estate and the jewels.
Right. And then other people time and other people money.
Explain that concept for me.
So it frees you up to do more, right? Mm-hmm. So you how rich would you be if you had 20 more days? Right. So I
drill you there.
Right. I've invented myself 80 plus times in my agents. So I could wake up, there's nothing I do to make money, but then there's nothing I do to stop making money.
What?
If I decide to wake up and do nothing, I'm going to make money.
Yes.
So I do nothing to make money, but then there's nothing I can do to stop making money.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
So yeah.
That's hard.
Right.
Golly. Yo, so, and I want to kind of like backtrack a little bit. Do you have any like life-defining moments when you were a police officer?
Yeah, definitely.
I always love to hear the stories of police officers, bro, because y'all hear, like my boy, he was telling me like this story, like he remembered he can hear bullets flying past his face. Nuts.
Oh yeah.
So give me like a story that changed your life with a principal.
So yeah, I did undercover work before. I did narcotics work before.
Word?
Yeah. I did that for 6 years. And that was scary.
Yo, hold on. So you like infiltrate, like what was it? Judas and the Black Messiah?
See how you do.
You was that boy?
But I mean, in South Carolina, you for one, it's just black and no record. They love that. So they threw me straight in. So
yo, this is good. What is the conversation behind the scenes for someone in that position, undercover? What is going on?
What do you mean?
What's the training? What is
blending in? You got to know the walk. You got to know the talk. You got to know the weight. You got to know the prices, and then just blending in. Certain class. And then you blend in.
The Black Hood 101.
Right. So that's what it is, and you just do what you do.